closing out whatchamacallit, Bishop, right?
Yeah, I just got 3. Should have that done today.
My man, 100 grand. And Miss Dominique Barbie just crushed Bishop this past week. Oh man, it feels good to be building with y'all. And if nothing else comes from this call, I just want to say thank you for rocking with me.
It's been fun.
Yes,
It
yes.
is fun. Shoot.
All right, we're waiting on a couple other people, and I'll be taking notes the whole entire time. Just so y'all know, because really, I just want the foundation to be set for all of us to kind of grow, and not have any issues. And quite frankly, I don't think that we've even begun to really see momentum. And so, I think that if we all do a concentrated push, though, it's going to happen real soon. And, there's no reason why we shouldn't all see at least 20 grand a month.
Yep.
That's the plan.
Yep. All right, let's see. I'm gonna start tagging people now because I'm just like, I'll wait. I'll do that.
Tag them.
Let's see who we still waiting on. There we go. Levere just came on. Let me tag Chris. I talked with him this morning. Chris, Dom Ford, Eric Turner.
Hey D, I'm here.
Oh, what's up? What's up, Levere? Sorry to hear that you're under the weather, man.
Yeah, man. It's all good. I gotta get better because I got an event tomorrow. So, so I gotta get better by tomorrow for sure.
Well, thank you for being here, man. I promise we're not going to be long.
Yes, you are. You're trying to get.
Eric. Okay, well we'll give the latecomers literally 2-3 more minutes to get on, but we're gonna get started here real soon. Coach Max just joined us. Okay. TJ, stop playing with me and just drop already. Oh my goodness. Can I? Yeah. Go on. Yeah, Blake, bring her on. If she's the leader, here's the thing, guys, and you need to know the way that I operate is real straightforward. If I consider you part of my core leadership, quite frankly, if you say someone's a big leader and they need to be on, they need to be on. What's good, Max? Part of what I really want to establish is also having a set call between us, if nothing else, the leadership, so we were able to give a real clear way forward for the company, and also obviously once we figure it out amongst ourselves and how to run these leadership calls, then it becomes very easy to go ahead and plug in Cody or Easton or both of them into the call. Okay, not. Max, yeah, because we're setting the tone for the company, and that's kind of what I really want to drive home today is is that literally they have no network experiencing network marketing experience other than what it is that we're bringing to the table. So in regards to leadership and setting the tone for growth and all that other stuff, it's coming from us. And so as long as we're tight and as long as we're working together and as long as we're pushing together, I feel that, damn, like I'm looking here and I'm like, yo, there's over 100 years of network marketing experience on the call right now. and everyone isn't even on. What's good, Ryan?
What's up, bro?
Man, you see, I needed to check Josh real quick, man.
I know. I see. Bro, he don't know. That's fine. He don't know yet. Hold on. So yeah, I'm
Oh, Precious Janelle, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm good.
Awesome. We're gonna get started here just in 1 minute. We'll talk about everything, and then more than anything, I also want everyone to kind of have a chance to voice any concerns that they have. I want to have a working list. This way, we could kind of we could kind of tackle them one by one. If I don't have the answers, I'll go ahead and basically provide a short, not even a transcript, but the bullet points from this direct to Cody and Easton. We'll go ahead and have. We'll go ahead and have these calls. I think once a week is more than enough. We're all building. What's up, Chris?
What's up, baby?
Man, thank you so much for taking my call early in the morning, man. I tried to get you before your voice went.
Well, whenever you call, I try not to let it ring more than 3 times, baby.
Oh, Mr. Phelps.
Yeah.
Man, don't test me, man. I'm in the gym every day, dude.
This man, he took that personally, didn't it?
Oh, I definitely did. Because, I put it in the work, man.
I'm proud of you. You're working out more than I am. I'm proud of you.
Hey, that's what's up. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And first, if you have not heard it, on some. Oh, is that Crypto Princess Baby Snow? Awesome. So the first thing that I want to take time and really say to all of you is thank you.
Hello, yes, it's me. Thank you for including me here.
Absolutely. Thank you for the work that you're doing there in the Philippines. I know that we have another team that is actually there, so we might build some bridges to really set the island chain on fire. We'll talk about that. But first and foremost, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you. I'm from my computer. It doesn't have a camera. It's not that I'm trying to hide from you all. But I just want to say thank you because, when we launched, there was no reason for a lot of you to take a look at it. It was a new company. All it was a dope comp plan, products, and a lot of you got started based on relationship, word, and faith, either in me or in someone else. And so I just want to say thank you for rocking, because I'll be honest, when I decided to build here, and when I decided to plant my flag, I did not know if the industry was still going to, consider me relevant, because it had been a very long time. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, first and foremost, and just know that, regardless of what people say, y'all are okay in my book. We're going to go ahead and, do something special here. Other than that, I really do want to highlight, and I think that this is important. I think that we're all on the same page, that we have not really even begun to hit momentum. This has kind of been like a big pregame. Right, and so it's been fun, but now is kind of the point where we need to basically say we're going to go ahead and really set the infrastructure in place to really kind of grow the company and grow it big. If you don't know,
Question, David. Sorry, you recording this? I was trying to get Kerry on, but he's at school right now.
Okay, not a problem. Yeah, let me record it. Just in case there are any questions. So, I started recording late, but I said thank you first. And then, we're going through, we haven't hit momentum at all. We're laying the infrastructure right now. Now, what's exciting is that we're growing as fast as we are, even though we haven't really hit momentum. What's concerning is that because everything we've been doing has kind of been working, we've thrown, a lot of stuff against the wall, and it's just stuck. And And while that's good at the beginning, we also need to realize that, you know, for the long term sustainability of our organizations, that we need to make sure that that whatchamacallit, not only is there a plan for us, because we could all build. I'm not worried about anyone here. I'm worried about the little guy that comes on board that doesn't have a plan on how to build, doesn't have a plan on how to enter the markets. That's the guy that's going to suffer if we don't have structure. And so we want to make sure that that structure is kind of placed, and that's kind of the first thing that, you know, I really wanted to highlight. The other thing that I wanted to kind of let you know where my mind is at, I fully believe that even though we're on separate legs, and by the way, just so everyone knows, this isn't me saying, you know, oh, I'm going to go ahead and just gather my team and get them all to work so that, you know, I can rank up. Literally, Max is my upline. Mo Campbell, who just came on, is sidelined to me. You know, I invited Kim Moore, who wasn't able to do it, who is sidelined to me as well. You know, it's not about, you know, us ranking up at this moment, because we'll rank up regardless. It's more about creating a concentrated effort amongst us, because if we do it together, then it's going to create a bigger impact, and we're all going to grow a lot faster. And so that's kind of where my mind is at. I absolutely want to start doing consistent launch calls, like 2-3 times a day. That is going to require, you know, some ministerial work to get it done right, just because there are multiple slots that kind of need to be filled to do a successful launch call. And I know that all of you have absolutely, you know, done these as well. And so really, I want to walk away from here seeing, one, what times kind of work for each other, for all of us. If all of us aren't able to be on every one, that's fine. But as long as there's representation on each one, that's fine. I'll upgrade the Zoom right now. So the Zoom will have the webinar stuff. So we'll have up to 1,000 attendees, and, you know, I'll give out my Zoom link. I really don't care about that. Give it out to you all so that you could go ahead and run that too. I have no problem putting money back into the business. And then other than that, really coming up with a structure, really coming up with a culture, and then also making sure that all of us and through our organizations, we are encouraging people to launch their members the right way. And because what's happening right now, in case you guys haven't seen, is that there are a lot of rudimentary questions that keep on coming up from brand new members. And it's because somewhere in the line of communication, they're not getting things like the 2-week syllabus, or, you know, fast start, or the call schedules that, you know, people have been doing. There's a breakdown somewhere, and we just want to make sure that we kind of troubleshoot where it's at. This way it makes all our lives easier. So those are my biggest concerns right now. That's really the goal of this call. And, you know, I'll let you know that my initial thoughts for times for the calls, and you know, we could discuss these, were 3 p.m., 7 p.m., and 10 p.m. Eastern. Part of the reason why is because I know that, you know, we have people over in Europe, and 3 p.m. is 8 p.m. in London. 3 p.m. is also noon on the West Coast, so it's lunchtime there. So that's part of the reason why that 3 p.m. hour is there. I know it might sound a little weird, but I'm considering where everyone is at. I also know that we have the Philippines on here right now. I think that there are a few people in New Zealand as well, in Australia. So, you know, trying to find the times that kind of work best for all of those are important. But at this moment, I think that it's very important just for me to kind of shut up and listen to the people have been putting in a whole bunch of work. If you have background noise, just go ahead and mute yourself. And thank you guys just for kind of being on here. And you know, let's discuss, and let's see how we make this like really great. So comments, concerns, queries, what does everyone think about, doing these launch call sequences, and what do we need to do in order to make these things big?
What is the main, and this is Josh speaking, what's the main groups that we should be using for the Facebook? I know like Chris has the Freedom Movement group, which is absolutely amazing, just the culture that they're creating there. And I think the Lit Trade House, I think one of the big things for me, usually I go in and I'll create my own groups and everything as well when I build anything, but I don't almost see that that's necessary right now due to the infrastructure that's kind of already been built. And I think it'd be strong if we leaned on each other even more. I think just a solid foundation of what the structure should be when someone comes in. What groups do we need to get them in? If there was a syllabus, or not a syllabus, but like a one-page thing that we could give each person when they come, hey, join this group. We want to make sure you're in this group. This is the syllabus guide. Just so it's not just sending random things. It's already done.
Absolutely.
And it'll make the system and it'll make the team be able to duplicate a lot more faster.
Absolutely.
I agree, Josh. Simplicity for sure
Yeah.
is key.
Okay, and I agree. And by the way, just so you guys kind of know, that's already been put together. That's actually the Fast Start Guide. So the Fast Start Guide, it basically first welcomes them into the business. It gives them a link to a Vimeo video that walks them through their back office, shows them exactly where everything is at, so you're not spending your time with that. It gives them all the Telegram chats and the Facebook groups in terms of the Tradera and the Lit Trade House. Free Yourself as well. So there are 3 groups there. One that's kind of for prospects. I understand that everyone kind of has their own. Especially as we grow bigger. Right now, I think that it's not necessary at this moment. But obviously, when we start seeing like 10,000 people on the team, they're going to be small offshoots and segments that are just created just to create smaller groups within. But it goes through that. It goes through getting to trading. It basically says ask your sponsor to get placed in the study group. Download the 2-week syllabus. Set aside the time. It has stuff to get into team building that I'm actually going to rework with Chris because I really like his pitch of 25-7-1. So we're going to definitely rework that and kind of release an updated version. So it tells them where the 13-minute video is. Like literally everything is there. I'm going to shoot the link here inside the group because I knew with the amount of questions that we were getting that this just has not been accessed.
What link is that? Is that what you just posted right here?
Yep, and you could save that as a PDF. But yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Hey David, listen. In terms of the syllabus, I had actually more than one person that pointed out to me with the syllabus. There were some areas where it was just kind of abrupt in terms of moving from one section to another section. Like for example, one guy was saying, it didn't actually show you when you select any broker, and which areas to choose because there's different options when you're opening up the broker account and from Islamic to micro to standard, etc.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that part in particular with the brokerage account and everything, that was updated about 5 days ago because I was getting the same questions again. So it literally says there are 3 bullet points underneath there. It says platform MT4, account type equals micro if less than 5K, and account type equals ECN if more than 5K. Obviously, if they're an Islamic account, they would know that.
Okay, cool. I didn't know it was updated.
Yep. So that was updated. I will always update the Google Docs, and then obviously if you download them, just I'll try to make sure that I let everyone know when there's an updated version of the documents for anything that I do here. But I am going to clean up that getting started, especially with the offline stuff with Chris. Because at 25-7-1, man, when I saw you do that last night, Chris, I was like, that's fire.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I like your whiteboard in the back, man.
I'd like to chime in if I can. Hey, everybody, it's Coach Max here. First and foremost, like David said, I just want to thank everybody for really putting in work. But as David stated, there has been deep levels of infrastructure already in place. So the Lit Trade House group was already kind of the foundation outside of the Tradera corporate group where everybody needs to be plugged into. Because every time I drop a video, such as tonight, I'm doing a Get It Starting training for all newbies. So if you have brand new, I'm literally gonna sit there and walk them through TradingView, MetaTrader 4, going through their back office, like really just peeling back the onion so you have absolutely no questions about what to do going forward. Also going through the study guide from A to Z, what they should be doing every single day. Stuff like that. I pretty much have a bird's eye view of the whole entire team. And again, it's fine for you guys to go ahead and start your own Facebook groups. I'm kind of similar, being that type of coach that just wants my own group. However, the Lit Trade House group is pretty much where our whole team needs to be. And there's only about 520 people in there. And we have like 1,200 people on the team. So this is letting me know, when my inbox is flooded, which it is right now, that people are not getting.
Blueprint showing us how to sign people of how to place.
I'm not sure who that is. Is that a question? Hello?
I just muted that person.
Okay.
Yeah, he was talking about signing someone up.
Oh no, okay, you're fine. So yeah, so that has been a little bit of an issue for me because I'm not able to reach everybody. The second thing is inside the Lit Trade House Facebook group, we have a pinned post that literally has a fast start training video that's like 12 minutes long that walks them through their back office really quickly. We have the corporate chat, the chat for our whole team. The Free Yourself Facebook group is a free prospect group that I pretty much use for running watch parties, posting results, and it's really converting really well. It would be nice to have other people posting in there as well because it's converting really well. And the study guide is there. Also, the study group pitch that David created is also there. So that information all in itself is really the foundation for getting started and getting people launched properly. Now, as David stated, I do believe it would be excellent for us to have several launch calls per day. We all would each have to put our hands in that and try to, do the webinars at whichever hour that we choose. And that would heavily accelerate the rate that we're building. But as far as getting people started, we have more than enough information, not only in the unit section, but also in the pinned post of the Lit Trade House group. So I almost want to say it is your responsibility as a leader to make sure that your newbies are at least plugged in to the Lit Trade House Facebook group. And that's pretty much what I have to say.
That's awesome, Coach Max. I can appreciate that. As far as the 25, 7, and 1, the reason that we created that with my group is because most people in network marketing have a failure. They don't know that they need to make a list. And in 7 days, we simplify asking one question to a list of people. Hey, have you heard of Tradera? That way they can expose the people to the information. Because right now, most people that are getting in, they're not hitting a list. They're not focused on getting in front of people. And this is a duplicatable way to put them in front of an amount of people, to ask them one question, to begin a ratio, to give them 3. And it's very powerful. I don't think it would really mess anything up. It's just a good way to expose people and to really just, you pretty much plan them to, hey, listen, you talk to 25 people, 20 are going to tell you no, 3 are going to tell you yes, 2 are going to tell you maybe. We're already getting them ready to get their head kicked in. That way, when they get told no, they're not quitting. Does that make sense?
Yep. And I think that using that in particular in conjunction.
You talk to 25 people, you definitely would.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Trey. And so what I think is that Chris, we're going to see those conversion numbers go up a whole hell of a lot once we have a set schedule specifically for these launch webinars.
Hey, let's do this. Let's do this too. So I'm not trying to jump in. Let's just set up where the webinars are to one website. You know what I mean? Where we don't have to keep sending out Zoom links. That shit's old school. We need to set up a website where it's like TraderaLaunch.com or whatever /webinar. We just need to set up something where it's a lot more simple, because people get confused on Zoom links. And at the end of the day, our whole goal is just to get people there, not really to try to confuse them, whatever. So if we could get that set up, that would be really beneficial, I think, for just pushing from a marketing standpoint, because then all the website or then all the marketing stuff that we put out already has that link in there that people can start clicking on.
Perfect. So TraderaLaunch.com or whatever it is. I'm just going to, out of respect to the ownership, I'm going to literally ask them that it's okay for us to go ahead and register something with the trademark.
We can use another name.
Absolutely, but if they say yeah, it's a lot. I'd much rather just ask permission, right?
Yeah, sure.
And if they say, well, no, we don't want to create the culture of that, I'll just be like, all right, whatever. We'll just figure it out and we'll come up with with the name that works, right? But registering a site and what would you want on the site? Obviously, the link to register for the webinar.
I would say that's all. Let's make it simple. I think sometimes people put too much marketing shit on things. Yep. And I think if we just got that where it's a registration site and a Zoom site, we can keep it more simple and people don't feel like they're being baited into some shit. I think we should call it like a trading workshop.
Okay.
Like a trading workshop. It's always been a really good way for me to get people there where they feel like they're coming to learn something, out the gate. Hey, we're doing a trading workshop tonight. If you've never heard of Forex, it'd be a great place to really discover what we have going on.
Yep.
And that was my point to you the other day, David, when I told you we should use EverWebinar, because when I do my presentations, I do the presentation with the slides and I teach them. I don't just throw, okay, this is the network marketing company. I don't just throw, okay, we're Tradera. I teach them. This is a PIP. Okay, this is how you make this money over here in Forex. This is the plan that we have as a team. This is a chart. You don't have the money app on your phone yet? Go download MetaTrader 4. Those are the type of things that I do on my webinars. You know what I'm saying? So it is just a totally different style of training. So Josh, I love that, that we should have this one set place. However, I don't know how much EverWebinar it costs, but that's what we were using in our last company. We had one link.
I already own EverWebinar. I own all that stuff. So I have a lifetime license. I know the guys that developed it. So I've had a lifetime license with them for like a long time. So that's not the money isn't the issue. Especially as we make more money, that's going to be less and less of the issue. But right now, say it again.
I said I wasn't even thinking about that.
but right now I do like the idea of Tradera Launch, get a webinar registration, keep it simple. But once we have, and this is the thing, once we kind of have like the perfect webinar that's just already
like
set.
These people on this call, it's only like 26 people on this call. We have the biggest businesses in the whole company.
Yeah, no, listen, like literally, Trey.
David to talk, and that's who brought me in.
Trey, you sound pixelated, my dude.
You ready?
Am I ready?
Yo, Trey, I'm going to you, man, real quick.
I think you sounded someone else, Dave.
Cool. So yeah, I think so too. So literally, guys, let's get the webinar. Once it's set and once the information is set, kind of the structure that I thought made sense. And you guys let me know if there's anything else that you would want to see. The general webinar should be the welcome. So we need a host that needs to introduce the speakers. We want to go over Forex, and I really do think that part of what the current slides really miss is an explanation of what the Forex markets are and why it is that you should be in it and how it is that you make money. I think that right now the webinar, the slides are very slighted towards the network marketing aspect of things. And so I think that we need someone or a group of someone's that know Forex enough that they could go over the Forex portion and you know, give some value. And then, you know, the network marketing portion and the comp plan, that's really, really simple. You know, and then other than that, you know, we have some testimonials, and then a quick training on 2571 that, you know, Chris just did to get more people to the next webinar, and then kick them off. Go find your people and bring them.
So I like, for me personally, when I do webinars, and honestly, I think I'm one of the best in the industry at doing webinars when it comes to getting people to close and keep it in a short amount of time. For me, I like to put a pressure time point at the end. We haven't done this yet because we haven't massively launched as a team yet. You know, we're just now starting that process. But I like to do a small training afterwards, like 15 minutes for the people that are coming in and building. And it gives us 15 minutes. I'll give everybody 10 minutes. And if you don't sign up within that 10 minutes, you're kicked off the call. And it's kind of the same thing I do when I do in-person meetings. You know, I'll do a training afterwards and I'll give everybody 10 to 15 minutes to sign up. If you don't, you're out. You know, you came to the presentation, you saw what you did. Now this part is for paying members. If you're not paying, then I'm sorry, this isn't for you. You know, and it puts that obligation to pay a lot faster and put it a lot harder, just like when the preacher gets up there and tries to convince you that you better give your tithes and offering right now. People ready to freaking give. You know, it's the same situation. And I think if we could set up a webinar where we have a host, like you mentioned, somebody that introduced the speaker, have the speaker go through the presentation after talking about Forex, have two people, I would say, give just a quick testimony about, hey, I was on the live session, I was watching it, I'm able to make money. The signals came out, I'm able to make money, you know, and I was able to do this. And then at that point, end the shit. Put it at the building side, show what you can make, talk about the ranks, and then at that point, cut it off. 15 minutes at the most. One thing that I found to be the strongest point of doing these webinars is having it being short, where you keep the people's attention and then you put the pressure on to close at the moment.
Dude, Josh, I like you, homie, because the other day you said something on the webinar, and I was just like, my acronym for this whole industry is BASE, borrow and steal everything. And when you said, now, do you want to get it for free or you want to make money? I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like,
it just changes perspective. Like for me, I don't deal with all the bullshit that most marketers deal with because I eliminate people's bullshit out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are we talking about $99 for if it only takes 10 people to make $500? If I said, hey, you give me $99, I'll give you $500, would you do that deal today? Yes or no? All right, then what are we talking about? Let's make the move. Stop talking about the little shit because it's keeping you from the big shit. And at that point, there's no conversation to be had from there other than I don't have $99. And you better hope you're not on social media posting any type of money or I'm calling you out.
Josh, I love you. I'm so glad you inboxed me your number. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we're going to have fun.
Because we on the same type of time. I ain't got time to fuck around.
Yeah, this is too cheap. It's $99. Like I can't talk more than 2 minutes about this shit. I got shit to do.
Like Halton Bug says, you don't need 3 days.
Yeah, if it's not today, it's not for me. I got shit to do.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
who wants to host? Like, let's just figure out who wants to host the webinar, and let's figure out a time page. And let's just set it up where we as leaders, we have that time and we can really start training the team to push to these calls. Because that's what's not taking place right now. No. You know, I've been hosting these webinars every night. We got 15 to 20 people. Sometimes I just put on the recording. Like, I don't even want to take the time to do it. You know, we have 500 people almost on the team. Like, dude, we should be maxing the shit out of calls. If everybody just brings one person, that's 400 or 500 people showing up.
Exactly. And I mean, in the larger scale of things, you know, Josh, in my organization, it's pushing 1,100. In Max's organization, it's pushing like 1,400 now.
Yeah.
You know, we have a good number of people, and what I think is missing, and this is one of the big reasons for this call was just to kind of for everyone to see who I consider important in this business. And if I miss anyone, you know, in the initial ad, please don't take that personally. That wasn't me forgetting you. It's just, you know, I was like, I need to get this done now. And so, you know, some people might have slipped my mind. But I'm literally like, if nothing else, we need to create some bridges and some synergy, because there's a different energy when there are 1,000 people on a webinar versus 10 people on a webinar.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different energy, and people will get signed up just because of the energy. Same thing in an event, you know, which eventually, you know, the next time we could talk about live events, and, you know.
Hey, can we talk about that shit this call? Like, on some real shit, I'm not trying to keep waiting. Like, listen, people kind of know that I'm involved a little bit now. So shit, it's time to blow the roof off this bitch.
February 2nd, and I'm gonna call you as soon as we get off of this. I'm gonna call you February 2nd in that hot land. I'll be right there with my 100 feet, and we gonna talk
Just
about
don't come into land and call it hot land. You're gonna turn
hot
it
Atlanta.
Hey, one thing, can y'all hear me? One thing I want to say, I don't mean to cut y'all off, is that a big issue that I see, everybody is saying like not that many people showing up to webinars. A big thing is that people, like on some real stuff, do not know how to invite. They've been in all these different programs and they don't know how to get people on a call. Like they really don't know what to say. Like we got the confidence, we got the belief and everything, but we really need to show these people how to invite people, how to close people, and how to have that real belief, because they do not have it. Otherwise, we will be blowing up these webinars every day.
Yeah.
So I think that part of what I think part of what Josh said, you know, is that if we have kind of that 10 minute hold period, 10-15 minute hold period for people to get signed up, and then we do the quick training on Chris's 25-7-1, you know, speak to 25 people within 7 days, ask them one question, invite them to the webinar, give them a script, and then boom, get to work. The next one's in 4 hours.
Yeah. I'll do a training video. I'll do a training video as well on inviting. One thing that I've been able to do really good in the past was get people that sucked at recruiting to just get people on calls, you know, and the biggest thing that I teach people to do is not talk about too much shit. Just ask people like straight up. Let's say we got a call at 3 p.m. Hey, what are you doing today at 3 p.m.? Like, Chris, for one of the questions to add to the things, for the intro calls, just, hey, what are you doing tonight at 7 p.m.? Because at that point, they're going to tell you, I'm either free or I'm busy. If they're free, great. They're going to get on the call with you. Hey, I need you to hop on this call with me. I don't have much time right now to talk about it, but I really think this is something that you need to look at with me. And don't be saying shit. People fuck up when they start talking because they don't know what they're talking about. You know, simple as that.
Or Josh, have you heard of Tradera? No. Oh my gosh, you got to get on this call. I mean, that's
simple as that.
Damn. Yeah.
And we'll just do a video to teach the team that, because we haven't really had that many training calls yet, you know, from people really pushing. And that's something that I'm committed to getting more involved in as well, because this is one of the favorite things I do, you know, with teaching and training.
Yep. Now in regards to and by the way, Josh, I love that format. Welcome, introduce the speaker, Forex, you know, cover it real quick, 2 testimonials, you know, after that compensation plan, 10-15 minutes to sign up, and then make it 10 minutes to sign up, put some hold music. We'll be back in 10 minutes. You know, if you're not signed up now, we got to boot you. And then,
in order to stay on the call, you have to post your ID. You know what I'm saying? Like they got to put their ID number, some shit.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And if they take the time to even bullshit with the ID number, I might just leave them on there. Most people jump off.
Listen, I would love to edify Josh and let Josh do one of the webinars. I'm absolutely free, you guys. I do trade. So let's talk about scheduling for a second. I cannot do anything before lunchtime, okay? Because I trade. So it's like anytime after 12 p.m., I'm pretty much free. So David, if you said 3 p.m., what was it, 7 and 10?
Yeah, I said 3, 7, and 10.
I mean, I'm down for 3 p.m., you know, 7 p.m., it doesn't matter. I know Levere was doing the 7 p.m. calls already, though. So it's like we kind of got to work that schedule out.
Yeah, we could set it where one of us do the, you know what I'm saying? Like, Levere, if you're already doing the 7, keep doing the 7. You know, I'll take either the 10 or the 3. You know, either way, whatever works for me. I'm down for whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for whatever too. I just know that as we, the reason why I'm even looking at 3, quite frankly, is because I think
International.
international. I'm like, 3 o'clock is 8 o'clock UK.
Yeah.
3 o'clock is noon on West Coast. 3 o'clock is
I can do 3 and 10 p.m. this week. I'll do both of them if no one else wants to hop up and do them. I love doing this shit. I love to see how many people sign up. Like, it's a game for me. I'm staying in my back office.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Yeah.
3, it don't matter.
I'll do 3 and 10 p.m. I'd like that. And then let's just change out the testimonials. Like, Chris, you should be one of the testimonials at some point. Put the people on that people can point to, like, hey, that's my mentor. Hey, that's directly who I'm working with. Like, I get putting just random people on there sometimes, but that shit's not always so effective.
Right.
Because they don't know how to give a testimonial either.
Yeah, well, it's been okay. Well, I'm making a little money. Shut up, that ain't working.
Yeah. A testimonial needs to be structured. It's just like the invite. It needs to be.
Yeah.
This is an issue that I had. So in trading in particular, my testimonial is very simple. I tried to learn for 3 years. Everything went over my head, and I thought it wasn't for me. And then I got here in Tradera, and within 2 weeks, I'm marking up the charts and I'm trading confidently. That's my testimonial real quick.
Why don't you be one of the testimonial people?
Done.
Like that, yeah. Like you and Chris. Like we need it. This is another thing. Let's get one good ass video that we can record, and then sometimes we don't have to do these calls every day. Like this is the real play. Y'all want to know the real play? And this is what I do all the time. Do a good ass video one time and put that bitch on replay over and over and over again. It looks live. It sounds live. The comments are still popping up. People are talking. Put a 777 in the chat box. Bam, they're popping up.
Yes, that's what Webinar Jam is so infamous at, and it's so good because it really gives that live feel. Like, okay, yeah, this is live right now. Yeah.
I got my feet up, and people. Sometimes I'm commenting on social media. They're like, "How are you doing both at the same time?"
And I mean, once it's all said and done, and everything is working, the only thing that I don't like about Webinar Jam, and this is the only thing, is that as you start dealing, especially with older individuals who are not super tech savvy, who aren't going to be concerned about trading, but they're just like, whatever, I know how to build. They're not going to get on the webinar. They're going to call in. Yeah. And the only issue with Webinar Jam in particular, and Ever Webinar, is that the replays, they're all done via video. I don't think they have call-in numbers. I'll double check that today. Like I said.
So look, this is the play. I do it on Zoom. All I do is pull up my QuickTime Media player, and I put that as the link, and I press play, and then I pull my mouse off the screen so nobody can see that it's recorded or just playing. And it's still coming into a live Zoom the same way. So if we just have the TraderaLaunch.com, whoever is in control of the webinar, if they put on the video, whatever, that's no problem at all. Just do it straight from Zoom. I've never used Webinar Jam personally.
Let's go, guys. Let's fucking jam these webinars out, bro. Let's just go in. It's time.
So 3710 works unless anyone is basically like, listen, those times absolutely don't work for one reason or another, but we already have people committed to 3710, and if that's a big issue for a specific region, like I know, and I call you by your Facebook name, so I'm sorry, I don't know your real name, but Crypto Princess over there in the Philippines, if that becomes an issue, we could always just create a special time for you where you could go ahead and press play as well.
If you're getting enough people on a call, I'll do a webinar at any point.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, if you got 150 some people on 50 people, you let me know. I'll wake up at 4 a.m. I don't care. Let's get paid.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much. I'll do that for sure.
But people got to show up, or I'm going right the fuck back to sleep.
The only problem is they cannot understand your language, English. We don't know. Not all of our Filipino people are. That's why I create my own page, and then I translate those English presentations to Tagalog.
Yeah,
I got you.
So yeah, so definitely, you know, definitely that. Now live events. Live events. I know that Max is getting ready to run one in Atlanta on February 2nd.
Yeah.
Let me be clear on that. I have already kicked off a Tradera tour. So we kicked off Jacksonville, Florida in the beginning part of January. We're doing Atlanta the beginning part of February. We're doing Miami at the beginning part of March. So I already gave you guys kind of a, not you, but you, David, a list of cities that people want me to come to. Now it's like, all right, let's kind of work together because where are our teams located? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the more important part now as we're getting bigger.
Where are you located at? New York?
Who, Max?
Coach,
yeah, me, I'm in South Georgia.
Oh, you're Facebook lying, talking about some New York.
I'm always in New York every 2-3 months, Josh. That's where I'm from. That's where I was born and raised through.
You know better than attacking the New Yorker, man.
Hey, I'm from New York too. I lived there for 5 years.
Y'all got me over here in the dirt and tumbleweeds of Texas. So if y'all want to hook us up with
no, we're not coming to see you. You got your team, bro. I ain't got time.
Well, February the 28th, we rented out a venue, bro. We're gonna blow it up.
Where?
Which part of Texas?
San Angelo.
San Angelo?
Yeah, there's about 120,000 people here, but it's good.
Where's San Angelo close to?
It's 3 hours from San Antonio.
I did business there with credit card processing. It's been a while.
Gotcha. Well, we're renting two. My buddy has a Lamborghini shop in San Antonio. We're gonna rent 2 Lambos, have them parked out front, have VIP. It's gonna awards. I'm gonna get pins for the 500 club.
Well, then shit, I'll be there. You can't say all that shit. Man. Yeah, I'll come throw the house down with you. We'll fuck it up.
Yeah, David said.
How far are you from Houston?
I'm 6 hours from Houston. Kind of far, but I'll go throw an event in Houston if you need me to.
Hey, I'm down.
Yeah, we have.
I'm down to travel.
We need to hit San Antonio, Dallas, Austin, and Houston, Josh. Me and you and Dave, whoever wants to come, we'll just hit them back to back.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Let's just set them up for like the first week of February, the second week of February. Listen, my girl's cool with Valentine's checks. If I gotta be gone, checks are always cool too.
I'm trying to tell you, Josh.
Yo, we got our money. Don't get it twisted.
All right, let's do it.
I'm down. Let me know.
All right.
The other thing in particular is I know that, you know, I'm based out of Philly. Ryan's based out of Philly. Shavar's based out of Allentown, which is about an hour away from Philly. So I do know we also have some sleeping giants on the team in the region as well. So we're probably going to end up setting up a regular event here, regularly scheduled event where people could plug in. Well, you know, and do the whole presentation, the whole everything. Maybe even if it's only like a super Saturday every other week or something, you know, where it's just like you have somewhere to send your prospects here.
Yeah. That's another thing we need when we're doing these live meetings. We need to know in every city that there's meetings that are being held by our top trainers and teach all of our people. If you know anybody in that city, get them at that meeting.
Yep.
You know, that's really big. Every live meeting that we do, as long as it's somebody that we trust to get up there and speak, I say we push people to it from our whole team. It'll grow a lot faster. Because if there's a place that people can really connect with other leaders and it's all under the same organization team and everybody's just flowing, the momentum they'll grow from that so much faster than if we just try to build it all separately. Just doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, that's what we did with the Jacksonville, Florida meeting. We literally got Monica tonight in like one day from doing a Super Saturday. So it worked, you know.
Yep. I know that Tracy and Trey are in the LA region.
Hey, I need to get out there. I got a lot of people in LA.
So you know the only concern about any of these regions, just so you kind of know, is we need to if we come together, and I think in the group in the Facebook chat we say these are my big areas of influence, like these cities, and there's overlap with someone else. Now we know who to connect with in order to make it happen. because running a meeting that's empty is worse than running a webinar that's empty, right? Because number one, it costs more, and number two, you're there in person. So if we are all kind of working together, that makes it where there's enough synergy where it's like, oh my God, the culture in LA is awesome. The culture in Texas is awesome. The culture in Miami, Miami-Dade is awesome. The culture in Atlanta is awesome. The culture in, New York, the Caribbean, London, and we start creating the culture, and it's like there's no kind of dissension. It makes it very, very simple for us to just create the culture for the company. Because the bottom line, and I will keep on hammering this home in case you guys have not heard it enough, these guys are not networkers. They don't know the first thing about network marketing. So it's us to create the culture for them. So that's what we're doing right now. I know that it's been dominated by a few people on the call. So I see Tracy, Trey, Shavar, Ryan, Mo, Kevin, Lavere, Joyetta, Janelle. Please chime in, because I don't want to think for a second that just because you were quiet that you had no concerns. I want to give you a chance to go ahead and voice any comments, concerns, or queries that you have.
Nah, I'm here, man. I'm just listening. Everything sounds good. I'm ready to start rolling too, especially offline. And definitely want to try to make some of these events across the country also.
I have no concerns as well. You know me, I'm all about the Super Saturday trainings and the events.
Yep. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, Tracy, I met her when I was in Wake Up Now, and Tracy was running the largest event in the Philadelphia region. It typically had 500, 1,000, sometimes more than 1,000 people in attendance. So in terms of logistics and all that other stuff, like she was the one that the entire company for the region that we're in kind of leaned on. So if you want to do it real big, I'm not saying abuse her, but I'm saying you could definitely lean on her for knowledge. You know what I mean? So just so you kind of understand the talent that's in here, none of you are scrubs, or else we wouldn't be on this call.
No scrubs.
Hey, I just want to say thank you for the momentum. I love what you're building right here, and I know we're gonna blow it up, especially with Josh. How his mindset is, either you get in, or you get out. You know, $99, like how much you want it to go free. So, but I love everything.
Hey, David, it's all good by me. I'm quiet, yes, but everything that I've heard so far sounds pretty good. I think we're on the right path. I think in the beginning of anything, we need to definitely have a united front. Because if you got too many people doing too much different things at the same time, you're definitely gonna just have people confused, So I like the idea of the blueprint. One, simple, straightforward, easy to read. You get started, do this, do that, boom, boom, boom. I like that. I like the idea of if you've got multiple events in multiple different cities in the US, one location where persons can go and can see where everything is located, where the meetings are happening, the dates, the times, and so on. But I mean, outside of that, you know me already, man. Let's talk more action,
What's up, y'all? I just wanted to say this is Trey, y'all. Super excited about the offline stuff. That's I'm still kind of old school. I like the offline. I think it's a little more personal sometimes. But with the webinars, what Josh mentioned, and I think that'd be pretty dope as far as getting everybody to the information, like literally like that, whether they have whether they're tech savvy or not, because I do have a network of individuals that don't really be online like that. So the offline in that webinar situation, and us literally just bringing all our teams together, plugging in. I'm out here in LA, so whoever has teams in LA, we can kind of get that going. But I'm just excited about the momentum and what we all have done in literally 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's anyone else that really hasn't said much. Blake, you've been real quiet, man.
Hi, Janelle here.
Hey, Janelle.
Yes, I really love the energy and what has been said today. I love the part with the trading workshop. It really would add some value. I love the traderlaunch.com come away from the Zoom because sometimes you tell people to hop on the Zoom and it's like if they don't have it downloaded already and different stuff, it could have added a few hiccups so they don't end up get on the call at that time, and I really love the part of the structure of the call, because we have had a number of people, querying in terms of they don't know what to do here, what to do there, so getting everything put together so we have one thing in one place, which in our opinion, we would have had it when we have the fast start, but people seem not to go to the pinned information at times, and so they still feel a little left out and so. So with all of this structure, it's really, really good. And we here in St. Kitts, Barbados, the Caribbean, basically, we have already started our live meetings every week. Some places have it like on Mondays. Trinidad is Mondays. St. Kitts now, ours is going to be every Tuesday. So we're establishing all around right now. So we're good to go.
Cool. I would say the Ryan, check in, man, because Ryan, you've been quiet, my dude.
Yo, this is Blake. No, I'm good. I had to step outside because I was afraid my kids would kind of chime in if I had spoke up because they're out of school on break. Trying to sit them, but I'm a trader first and foremost. I mean, that's where a lot of my experience comes in, and I've been building a team of traders, and that's what I've been going after. So I could help out with the calls. I could do the evening calls as far as the trading piece goes and talking about the markets and everything like that as far as the education goes. So if anybody needs help with that too. So I was just actually closing out a couple people right now to try to finish out. But yeah, I'm excited. I mean, the growth of this compared to, the other forex companies I've been in has been crazy. And I just think, just like you said, the momentum is just starting now. And the duplication piece is the key. I've been making sure to plug the people in the right way from the start. And I think if we continue to do that, continue to do what we talked about, it's only going to go up from here.
Yep.
Thank you.
So I mean, if everything is cool, yeah, and Tracy, I'm thankful that we're all on this. Thank you for everyone coming on this. We kind of have the structure for the webinar right now. The one thing that I do believe absolutely needs to happen and should be happening here shortly is I'm going to end up getting a different whatchamacallit, PowerPoint or Keynote template done. And part of the reason why is just because we offer too much as a team that is not offered by the company for us to try to use the company slides. I'll lean a little bit on Max specifically, and also you, Blake, on the trading portion, because that's not my forte. The comp plan is real simple. As my daughter is sitting here screaming right behind me, and
yeah, David, not to cut you off, but tonight when I do the getting started training, I literally have about 30 slides that talk about the major currencies, which is what I want my newbies to focus on. I talk about the charts, like all of that stuff that I'm going to talk about tonight really is like the foundation of Forex, but the actual history of it is missing from the slides. So that needs to be definitely discussed. Also, not just about the presentation, but we do absolutely need this week a building training. I love what you did with the Facebook portion, but we do need to figure out how to get everybody on a call to talk about inviting.
Yep.
Yeah. So whenever we can do that together, that needs to happen.
So what I say we do is this: we power through. We power through going ahead and creating this this new PowerPoint and everything. We literally have it ready. I'm looking like 24:48. No later than Wednesday, we have a team webinar where we literally teach people how to invite. And we, you know, whether that's, you know, whether we want to do that, you know, 1 time or 3 times Wednesday, we literally need to go through and say, this is how you invite people to the webinars. This is a site, getting the site up, that, you know, that's my wheelhouse. I can have that up the same day. I'm not worried about that at all. So, you know, that's very, very quick. And then, you know, after that, we need the webinar that basically says, this is what you need to do. You need to get people on the webinar. Let's go ahead and push people to this webinar. This is where you send them, and then, you know, we send them back to the people that invited them to get her done. And I think that if we keep it that simple, there's no reason for people to really unplug. The only reason why people unplug, in my experience right now, is one of 2 reasons. One is that they never got into the training in the back office and they didn't make any money. That's group number 1. And then group number 2 is you know, yeah, actually that's the only thing. Either they don't make money or they're not whatchamacallit, plugged into the training. So it is imperative, and this is something that I kind of want to drive home. 2571, the reason why I loved it when I heard it, Chris, is because I basically said to myself, someone is fully capable of doing the 2-week syllabus and also doing that as well. So, you know, there's no reason for people not to plug in. So let's go ahead and, you know, make that a priority. I'm going to be redoing the Fast Start Guide in particular to really have this new strategy and the webinars and plugging people in and all that other good stuff. There's a lot of work that needs to be done in 48 hours, but I think that our organizations are going to thank us for it when it's done. And I think that, you know, we should all probably crack 1 or 2 ranks in a week right after everything is done and we actually launch the right way.
We launching this shit right now. What time are we doing the call tonight?
Dude, we still need to get the new PowerPoint together.
Fuck that. I got the PowerPoint. Fuck that. I got it. Don't worry about that. What time tonight do we all want to do a call?
I mean, we could do 10. It works.
Listen, we can get a new PowerPoint, but the fact is the old PowerPoint's still been signing people up, so I'm willing to use that until the new one's done.
Say less. Listen, I love that. I love that. So what I'll do is literally once I get off of this, I'll upgrade this to also have the whatchamacallit, the webinar portion, so that we could have up to 1,000 view only people. You know, I'm willing to go ahead and give my testimony. You know, I think that we could get a few people to go ahead and give this testimony as well. But 10 p.m. Eastern, let's make it the first one, and let's just start. You know, we need an invite training though, and that's the thing.
I'll do a training on that.
Do you think that we should have the invite training prior to the first webinar?
I mean, I think we should record a video or 2 on it. And then like after the call tonight, I say we do our first training and we can record that too. But I think in our Facebook team group, there should be a couple videos on how to invite so we could push people to those when they first join. Like, hey, if you got questions, you know, I know the call is tomorrow, but if you want to get a quick fast start, there's a video on there to teach you exactly what's going on.
Perfect. So let's do that.
I'll do a couple invite scripts. I'll do a couple different ways that people can approach it. And I know Chris is going to do his as well.
Perfect. So we'll get that together. Max, why don't we make sure that everyone in that group, in the group chat is also a moderator, at least inside of Lit Trade House, so that they don't need to wait for their people to be approved once they're signed.
Absolutely. I can do that right now. I just didn't know who all the leaders was. You went on a recruiting frenzy, so I got you.
You know what? I haven't been on a recruiting frenzy, but I'm ready to get there. So yeah. So then we'll start at 10. The schedule set 3-7-10 every single day. Levere, if 7 o'clock still works for you,
Boy,
that's
you better
fine.
be careful. That's fine.
Josh has offered to kind of be the one that, you know, really pushes everything. Do you want someone to cover the Forex side of things before you, or what do you want to happen?
You talking about me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've traded for a long time. That's if
Okay.
somebody wants to talk about Forex, they can, but I can also handle it just fine.
Perfect. So for time's sake, let's just have you handle tonight completely.
If somebody wants to introduce me, I think that could be beneficial.
I got you, Josh. I can introduce you. So tonight, I don't know if Lavier's still doing his 7 p.m. because he said he wasn't feeling good. But 9 p.m. I'm doing the getting started training, and then right after we can hop on and do this launch call.
Yeah, let's do 10 p.m. because I like posting the night call because I get the energy going. Even if people are tired, I get people excited.
That's 10 p.m. Eastern?
10 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
Damn. Okay, that's like 11 o'clock my time. Okay.
Listen, I'm going to push people from Europe on it too. It's going to be 3 a.m. their time. I'm going to push them to be on it and then tell them go ahead and trade the Japanese session right after it. So definitely, let's go ahead and let's do that. We'll start work on the new PowerPoint while we're using this one. Max, I'll lean on you for anything Forex related. Comp plan is pretty simple, and we could go ahead and copy it. We'll also highlight the things that we bring to the table. I think the small study group feel where we're just kind of tossing five to six people in a group and letting them go through the content together has been really creating some kind of synergy and camaraderie. It's been working real well. The 2-week syllabus has been working really well. So we'll highlight that within it because I think that people need to understand that Forex doesn't need to be something that takes you years to get started with.
Yeah.
If we get people in the market, even if they're just trading demo, if they're in the market and they feel like they could see what's going on, that's what's going to cause the stick rate. So we'll highlight that. We'll highlight the webinars. We'll highlight what we're doing as a team. We'll highlight upcoming events. As those events are coming in, we'll do that. I'll be hiring an outsourcer probably next week for all the recognition flyers and basically having you guys be the main point of contact where you could just say name, rank, photo, get it done, and she just gets you the rank recognition templates back. Because like I said, it's not worth your time. It's not worth my time. We're all more talented than that. And other than that, I think we have a way forward. Any questions, comments, concerns, or queries before we get off of this call? I think we have a real way forward at this moment.
Make sure add to the. I was gonna say make sure add to the list that we have some type of motivation, inspirational call. I've seen that work very well in the past. Just add it sometime, for people.
Absolutely.
Hey, come on, Trey Darrett. Look, nothing excites me more than seeing you got money waiting for you. Come on.
No, on some real talk, like people's mindsets are really jacked up. Like they really need this motivational call.
Look, I'll do those two. If I can't motivate somebody, then they're fucked up.
I don't mind doing them once a week. If anybody else want to do another day, I don't mind.
Let's talk about it in the chat, like a motivational Monday, or it don't have to be long, like 10 minutes. When people hop on. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Chris is good at that too. I've seen some of Chris's calls he does in his group. He's good with the motivation stuff too.
Cool. So
Chris has a little dance going on.
Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it. I got allergies right now, bro, so I'm having a hard Texas, man. Hard to breathe over here.
Sorry.
Yep. So ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a way forward. Let's go ahead and get those initial videos on how to invite. Let me go ahead and upgrade this stuff right now. Thank you, Trey Darrow. Money just came. Now I can upgrade. And then
yours too?
Yeah, it literally just hit. Once you said yours, I went ahead and checked mine. You know how that goes.
Hey, you can go ahead and send over a little bonus since we're working so hard this week.
Listen, yo, you remind me of my cousin. You and your smirk, man. It's all right. It's all right. See me on the basketball court. I'll wipe it off your face for you.
I'm glad you said that because we should definitely have a little contest going too. People love that.
Listen, let's get the launch calls. Let's get the launch calls launched. Let's start getting people on, and then absolutely let's get a contest together. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, like $100 for the most signups or something for the week, something like that.
That's bad culture. You only need 3 signups. You only need 3 signups. I think that's bad culture here. Get everybody giving their signups away. Do like team production, something like that.
Yeah, we can work that out.
Because I think the biggest thing, if we could subvert the culture and the narcissistic ego that's so heavily involved with network marketing, and we can really make people come to a place where we understand that helping people is more beneficial and looking to help more people, it'll grow so much faster.
Yep.
That narcissistic shit dies real quick.
Yep. I appreciate that, Josh, and it looks like everyone else do too.
Nah, for real, man. I used to be all about myself when I was younger, and that shit, it only worked out for me for a little bit. Other people didn't like that shit. And just looking at psychology, man, there's just the human behavior. There's something beautiful about helping each other and just what it duplicates, naturally.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, we have some work to do. We have inviting scripts that need to be done before within 6 hours, because obviously people need to see it. We have a 9 o'clock call that is going through all the stuff. There's some documents that I'm going to try to edit between now and then if I'm able to. If not, I'll do it super late night or super early morning. We also have a call at 10. Max is introducing Josh, who are giving testimonials on the call. I'm willing to. That's fine.
Let's go.
If there's anyone else who's willing to raise their hand and go ahead and give a testimonial, that'll be perfect. And then obviously as we do it more, we'll go ahead. We'll get better at it. I'm sure of that.
Love it.
Anyone willing to give that other testimony?
Yeah, if I'm up, I have no problem with that.
If I'm up.
Mo, are you free to do that?
Yeah, I could do it.
Thank
Perfect.
you, ma'am.
Perfect. We got me and Mo ready to go, and so we'll be testimonies. Josh will be handling the presentation. Chris, you want to handle the training with Josh on 2571, or Josh, you just want to handle the training too? It doesn't matter to me.
It's the same stuff every day.
I think
Chris bounced off.
Yeah, Chris bounced off. All right. Well, we'll figure out that last portion. But other than that, let me go ahead and upgrade this stuff. I'll get the recording out to the group in the next 15 minutes. I just got to make this call to this guy who's trying to sign up. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you so much, and thank you for wanting to build. And let's go ahead and let's make this money. Let's go to quick.
Good stuff, bro. Let's get it.